From the time you got on Osiris till your first shoe came out, what was that time span?
A year.
That was in the first year.
Damn.
Yeah.
First shoe. Was
So-
that the
so-
DEF CON 1?
Yep. So I got on in 98 and my shoe came out in 99. I think at the Storm premiere, that's when they brought out the bronze shoes, which I was going to bring, but I was like, Mayhew already brought his shoe. We already know
We
what
saw
that
the
looks
bronze
like.
shoe.
We
We would
saw
love
the
to see your
shoe.
bronze shoe, though.
Yeah,
but well, you brought the real ones.
Yeah, so this is a real one. So, this isn't quite as big as the D3, but probably not too far
It's
off.
close.
Minus
not
the
far.
loops, and it's not light.
Yeah,
No,
probably
no.
weighs about the same.
That thing weighs as much as my cat, dude.
I mean, I think.
It's like wearing two cats on your feet, just stomping around.
I may need to see a picture of that cat.
She's big. She's a big girl.
But yeah, so this thing, I mean, obviously this was probably great for impact.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, I want the airbags, but what's funny is like, when Dave did his first shoe, it was so simple and low tech, and it's like what we ride now. And I think I want to say he did the D3 before this one. I saw it before this, and it was crazy. I mean, and I remember like he was working on it. He went to the shoe store, the Sport Chalet, and he saw the hiking boot and the loops and had the concept for it. So I saw the idea he had and the concept for it. And by all means, Reed did work on the design. So I think there's a little bit of both going on there.
Sure.
But when I saw the samples, it was just massive. I was like, dude, this thing, can you even skate in this? But then, of course, I'm like looking at this, like, who am I to talk? Like, this is pretty big.
I mean, we're talking. They're both big, but the D3 had more bells and whistles.
It did.
Let's
Totally.
put it that way.
And so what happened was Dave was like, dude, my first shoe tanked. And like he took a lower minimum to get the higher royalty rate in hopes that it would pay off. But he was broke,
Right.
Other dudes were like killing it. I mean, Gershon and Tyrone at that time, their shoes were killing
And we're
it.
talking about the shoe that was simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were like very simple at
Very
first,
simple.
and then started to get little.
He had the most simple shoe of everybody.
Right.
And then he went from that to the D3.
Amazing.
And he was
He's like, well, let's just go from one extreme to the
That's
next.
it.
Might as well.
And that's what he said. He's like, dude, I got nothing to lose.
Right.
He's like, if I don't make anything that doesn't stand out on the shelf, I'm not going to sell shoes.
You had 3 shoes?
Yep.
Is that correct? So you had the DEF CON 1, the DEF CON 2, and then
The burn, which is like probably not much different than Dave's first shoe, which is really simple.
Oh, okay.
It was more simple. It wasn't as tech like this. But the thing is, Dave was right, dude. Like this shoe sold the best of any shoe I ever had. And it's because it was bigger, tech, had all the bells
Right.
and whistles, the bags, the detailing.
Yeah, because this one is. Well, let me grab it. The second
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
the DEF CON 2.
He's got the DEF CON 2, which they promoted pretty well and did decent.
And they made a lot of colorways out of these
They
shoes.
did. They made a lot of colorways for sure. I mean, this was in the era before, I guess, colorways are the thing now, right? Like you don't get your shoe, you just get colorways.
Nowadays, it's like the colorways.
Yeah.
It's a thing, right?
Well, give it out because it's
It's expensive.
It's expensive to give all these pro riders their own shoes.
Yeah.
It's a different. It's
Unless you know that these shoes are going to make you $40 million.
yeah,
There
it's
you
like,
go. There you
it's,
go.
I don't
That
know.
would make an
it's-
easy decision.
Yeah. I mean, so if we're getting good royalty checks, you know what the company's getting.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so, yeah, that was, I mean, yeah, dude, it was mind blowing to kind of, I remember Tony Mag at one point handing out checks in the office, and I remember handing me a check, and he's like, well, I'm pretty sure this is the biggest check I ever handed you.
Wow.
It's like, over 20 G's,
Yeah.
For 1 month, yeah.
For this just the month.
1 month. And I'm looking at Dave, and I was like, not to throw his numbers out there, but it was much bigger than mine.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, if I'm getting this, I don't know what you're getting.
Wait, are you guys all looking around just like, what did you get? What did you get?
Who had the biggest?
No, it wasn't like that, but the homies were like cool with it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for some of us, all pretty even, 20, 30s, 40s,
Right.
and above.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you got to remember, like, some of us, in the moment, you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like, you're just thinking in your head, this is going to go forever.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're like, no, this isn't going to go forever, knowing that some people only have a career for 3 years. I mean, so if you think about it, that 93 to 96 year, I mean, when Chris was talking about, you kind of disappeared, I was like, hey, I thought maybe that was it.
Right.
Because that's normal, right? 3 years, you're done.
Yeah.
And so to kind of come back in 98 and 99 and then kind of go beyond that, like that was another window that I was like, hey, I already know this may not be forever, so we need to make sure we do the right thing with this money.
Speaking of forever, how long was it between the first DEF CON and the what was the last shoe called? The
Burn.
The Burn.
I think that was like a
What year? How many? What,
probably like a 4 or 5 year run.
4 or 5 year run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Pretty
it's not too
good.
bad.
And then
Not bad at all.
the Osiris video came out like the Storm came out like a year after also.
99. And then I remember that specifically because that was the night that DVD dropped was the night my second daughter was born.
That's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so again, just kind of motivation to keep going. It's like, okay, well, and my whole thing was just coming from humble beginnings. My family didn't have a lot of money. I didn't take any of this for granted. I got 2 kids now, 2 girls, mind you.
Hey.
Not even kids, girls.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's like 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not taking this for granted. I'm going to make it happen.
Let me
And,
see that thing.
and somehow we were able to skate in these things. So, it's
heavy, bro.
now we just use it for weights,
It's
5
amazing,
pound weight.
bro. It's heavy, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, we used to skate. I didn't skate in any Osiris. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No.
Please finish about your.
No.
I was gonna say. I mean, I skated in. We all skated in the bigger these Huff shoes, the DVS, the pretty bulky,
DCs.
but DCs. But these are bro.
They're heavy.
These are bro.
These are
That's
bro.
These are
Actually,
These
a lot of bros wore those back then.
Are
Yeah.
You know what?
bro.
You're right. You know why? Because there were other tech shoes coming out, and I remember picking them up. I was like, wait, how come these are lighter? Bro. I was like, what are we using
Because
for this
these
rubber?
are because they're bro.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
See,
these are.
James, I told you.
We need to
built to
come up
last.
with some better materials.
You know,
I
this
mean-
reminds
But
me of the Sean Sheffy DVS.
Yeah, little
Similar.
Yeah,
Cheffy.
totally.
Yep,
I
yep,
can see
yep,
that
yep.
too.
Similar.
And that,
It was
this one
similar, I
too.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
How much design factor did you put into it?
Honestly, I think they showed us some stuff, and I was like, you guys cool with this? I mean, I wasn't a designer.
Okay.
I remember for this sole, I remember Tony Mag. Oh, actually, it's kind of similar. I remember Tony Mag giving me something for like a pattern for the sole, and I drew some sketches on there. I think it was actually kind of similar to this, but
Okay.
I doubt they even cared. I mean,
So you just kinda took
I
it
think
in-
I think I definitely told them I wanted something that could handle impact
Okay.
and
so you
fit
had some
airbags.
say in it, and
Yeah, I just gave a little
bit,
input, but those guys came up, and then the DEF CON 2.
right, which was
I
over there.
think I don't know if Persuade did the 1 and the 2. I'm pretty sure he did the 2. And that one is a little bit lighter, right? Kelly, is it a little bit?
I
lighter?
can't tell
that
if-
one is lighter.
You know what kind of
before the
reminds me
show.
of for some weird reason? You might think I'm crazy.
Reynolds.
But that and the Ed
That's true.
Templeton shoe. Remember the America?
You know what? I think you're right. It does kind of look like a Reynolds a little bit, that
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one actually on the lace tab, you see on the gray thing, it has like a little K on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then that one matched. I try to tie that into a Planet Earth board graphic, which is behind. Yep. So I was trying to like have this little theme.
Yeah,
And then you
okay.
can see on the shoebox behind Kelly, there's like the K on it. I kind of was like,
Yeah.
Trying to be icon.
yeah, I was trying to come up with something that kind of tied everything in. And I was really into hip hop. And I remember seeing this DMX cover, and it was kind of like a rugged font like that. I was
Yep,
like, oh,
yep,
let's
yep.
kind of rough it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro, you are grilling right there,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Evil.
Probably another reason why I was probably not going to be a good fit for a lot of teams.
Well, let's put it this way: you had a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like.
That-
Oh, yeah,
I mean, when I was
Good.
younger,
That's good
I
itself,
had
man.
like the high top fade. I was pretty militant and aggressive. We were just like kids who were like, really into hip hop culture and just
The fade was sick, by the way.
mean mugging. Yeah, high top fade. Yeah, if I could grow that thicker out, I mean, I see that style coming back. I was like, it's so hilarious, and people are like, oh, it's like this new thing. I was like, dude, I had that in the '90s.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Where is that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to
It's on my
left.
right? It's on
No,
my
on your left.
hey,
Yeah.
hit
Right
that
there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right there.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of.
Oh, it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
and
there?
The subscribe's like over to the left.
It's like right over there. All right.